major independence, man. When we've been doing this thing since '90. The first film was 1992. I was actually filming Strat the same time I was recording Back the Fuck Up. Like, Back the Fuck Up didn't even come out yet. I was doing, like, my first album and my first movie was done the same time. Like, that's how I came in hip hop. Like, I came in the game doing the movie and doing the album at the same time. This shit was crazy if you think about it. It's crazy. You know what I'm saying? And what I learned is be yourself, man. I think just being yourself will go the distance. You know what I'm saying? I think being yourself will go the distance. And you gotta just be yourself. You just, you're dealing with Hollywood people, it's a different culture than hip hop. You know what I mean? You're dealing with people who might not even know anything about the bop and swing and what's up, dog, and none of that stuff. Like, it's corporate in a way, you know what I'm saying? So you got to know how to articulate yourself and talking to these people. And what gave me, I think, a good preparation to deal with Hollywood and deal with people, not just people from the hood. I used to cut hair, you know what I mean? I used to cut hair when I was coming up. And when you cutting hair, you deal with a lot of different people that come in your chair. And I had a lot of different people who would sit in my chair where I would have grown men with, lawyers, politicians, preachers, entrepreneurs will all come in my chair. And you got to know how to carry a conversation. You can't have a lawyer in your chair and be like, yo, what's up? You know what I mean? Yo, you heard son got shot around the corner yesterday. You can't talk like that to a lawyer if you want to keep that lawyer coming to your chair. So as a young kid, 16, 17, when I was cutting hair, I was kind of like building my, I was preparing myself to talk to different people. So when I got to Hollywood and when I got around people like Forrest Whitaker or, Rhea Perlman, Danny DeVito, I was able to articulate myself and be myself because I prepared myself. I didn't meanly prepare myself, but when you want that tip in the barbershop, son, you gotta know how to move, you know what I'm saying? But if there's a killer that comes in my chair after the lawyer, you know how to deal with him. Or if it's a drug dealer that comes in my chair after him, you know how to deal with all types of different people. You know what I'm saying? You gotta know how to move in a room full of vultures. You know what I'm saying? Right? And when I first came in the game, I know for a fact that the people at, network television, I was on a network, to be on a network television show like Moesha, like something like that, there's a lot of people that has to say yes. You know what I'm saying? It has to be approved by a lot of people. You know what I'm saying? It has to be approved. It's like, they're not just going to say, okay, yeah, that's good. No. You got to go through what they call it's called the test, basically. You know what I'm saying? It's actually called the test. And you go in there and they look at you and be like, I don't know. Because there's always the next person they could choose from. When there's a part, there's always you, somebody else, and somebody else up for that part. And then they say, okay, now it's down to these two people. This guy, okay, you know what? This guy did sell a couple of records, or you might get the phone call from Jam Master Jay, or, you know what I'm saying, Russell might make... It's a lot of politics behind the scenes shit, too. So, a lot of politics involved with this shit, B, with the Hollywood shit. You know what I mean? But I love Hollywood. We was always able to implement hip-hop into every film that we did, whether being on the soundtrack or just being a person that represents the hip-hop culture in that movie. You know what I'm saying? Sunset Park, Clockers, Strap, all them niggas was hip-hop. You know what I'm saying? All that. Everything I've done in every movie was hip-hop. Save the Last Dance, Light It Up, all that shit was hip-hop niggas. Like, I was fortunate to play myself. You know what I'm saying? Like, Robert De Niro was probably, he he represents the gangster culture. That's why he's a gangster in every movie. You know what I'm saying? Even Analyze This, the nigga's a gangster. Even as a comedy, he's gonna be that gangster nigga. You know what I'm saying? And that's what Robert De Niro. That's what he does well. And that's what I do well. I do hip hop roles well. You know what I'm saying?